Everyone is frustrated, but like I said, we're not panicking. 2 games in, we got 15 games left. So we'll just take a deep breath and relax. We're gonna be fine.
Let's go. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the feast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle dripping heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who they, time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Blue day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move closing on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, bingo bottle, never stopping till the beast and know who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move cause it on? Now who wanna move on? All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Turnipole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals, who are now 2-2. Let's go, baby. Now, if you found the show, hit the like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 1,901 subscriber. I am less than 100 from 2,000 subscribers. That is awesome. It's only taken me like 4 freaking years to get there. It's all because of you guys. It's awesome, but I'm not there yet. So if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, as I say every single day, and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question that you want me or Dale to answer, or just support the show, I'd appreciate it. Give me a super chat. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And of course, the show, as you can see behind me, is brought to you by Ice Cold Jackpot Joey beer, which is delicious. And portions of the proceeds of all the Jackpot Joey stuff go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund. Now, maybe we'll get partnered with the foundation. I don't know, but we're still with the fund right now. Anyway, let's get to this thing. It's Tuesday. You know what that means? It's Bengals or excuse me, it's ice brewed. I'll say bagels and brews. That's Dale's show. Jeez, see, we have too many names here. We got bagels and brews. We got Iceman. We got Tigers Talk. We got the Blind Tiger. There's so many shows. I get so confused. But this is Ice Brew Days with my boy Dale.
Amish Mafia! Amish Mafia!
Amish Mafia! Oh, sorry.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, brother?
Not much. Just chilling.
Just chilling. So what's
chilling.
up? What's up to everybody in the chat? I didn't get to say hi to everybody, but yes, who's ready for some Sunday Night Football? I am ready for some Sunday Night Football. I cannot wait. It's going to be a blast.
Yes, sir.
But I am a little worried. I will say this. Now, last week, it didn't hurt us so much not having DJ Reader because, Dolphins don't run that much. Now, the Ratbirds, they run the ball. So that is my concern, is how are we going to stop the run without DJ being there this week?
I mean, Tupou played really well in his place, but, I mean, it's hard to replace somebody who's playing at such an elite Pro Bowl level like DJ Reader was. Right. Honestly, I kind of mentioned to you in the chat, I thought if they would have kept running Dobbins a little more, they started putting Justice Hill in, and then obviously, you know, they started throwing the ball a little more. That's honestly not Lamar's strong suit. Like him running and waiting on guys to come wide open down the field or throwing to his tight ends quick is kind of his game. But I think J.K. Dobbins is the guy, you know, the key for them. And then on the other end, I think the key for us is probably going to be Joe Mixon at running back this week.
Mm-hmm. And Joe Mixon came out yesterday where he was talking about. I thought he did this yesterday, but actually, I listened to it again. They had this meeting, I think last Wednesday, the night before the Thursday night game. He and the offensive line had a meeting that I think Joe called, and it wasn't a call out meeting or anything. It was just like, hey, let's try to get on the same page. Now, people sit there and say, well, it didn't work. You know what? Thursday night, I'm like, oh, it's one day. I mean, you gotta give it some time to come to fruition. But I like that. I think that's being a team player going, all right, look, guys, I know this ain't been working. You know, I'm not blaming you. You're not blaming me. Let's work together. Let's figure this stuff out. Let's see what's going on here. You know, what is happening as to why, you know, the run game isn't going. We'll find out this Sunday if it actually worked or not. Now, I know some people said that Mixon was doing some tells on if he's running the ball or not. I haven't had time to look, but have you had time to look at any of that stuff, or have you seen anything?
I didn't watch it back since you told me that yesterday. I just kind of watched it like back the other day on Sunday. So, you know, I may try to watch that again before the game rolls around this week, but it was about him, whether standing up or kind of if he was like, you know,
leaning forward or whatever.
Yeah. Or straight up. And, but I'll go back and try to watch that and see. Cause I mean, that's something easily fixable, I would think.
Yeah, but the thing that concerns me is I can't remember which run it was, but it was one I think Mixon went wide, and he couldn't get out of a shoestring tackle, you know. And if he got out of that, it's going for at least 10 or 15 yards. That is what concerns me about Joe. Joe is now maybe it's the ankle, you know. I'll give it to that. Maybe it's that, but he's going down. It seems like on the first contact more than he ever has before. Because, you know, I mean, before he had no offensive line, and he'd get the first contact in the backfield and he'd make a miss. Now it's like the first guys are getting them and knocking it just like that shoestring tackle. Do you think it's the ankle or do you think, you know, he's 26, he's getting older? I mean, I don't know.
I honestly thought maybe it was the ankle when I watched it back the other day, but it seemed like he was still running hard. It just, the holes, there weren't as many holes. Some of it was him not, you know, breaking that initial contact, but he honestly should have had 3 touchdowns. He was close on 2 others besides that first one. And if Joe has 3 touchdowns, this probably isn't a huge topic that we're talking about right now.
Not at all.
You know, and like you said, if he broke that one run and let's say it went for 20, so let's say he ends up with, you know, 20 carries, 80 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Everybody's saying, damn, Joe Mixon's just heating up.
He's back.
I think he's just, and sometimes he has slow starts and picks it up in the past. Like sometimes he'll have you know, fast starts and then slow down later in the season. So if that's the case, I'd rather have him later in the season, you know, dominating, being that bell cow that we need when the weather's colder and snow or whatever you're going to face. You just never know.
Yeah, I heard him say 2018 or 2019. I can't remember what year he said, but he's like, yeah, he had like 20-something yards the first 3 games, then he damn near ran for 1,000 yards the rest of them. So, like
Yeah,
you said, it's happened before.
I'm not too concerned yet. I mean, obviously, we want to start seeing him break some of those, if we're another couple games in, because I don't know what's the other option. I mean, yeah, P. Ryan ran hard against the Jets, but,
Yeah.
is that going to consistently work? Yeah, Chris Evans, then you're probably changing around your whole style.
Right.
I mean,
right.
I still like to get him all the running backs more involved in the passing game, honestly.
Well, the thing is Mixon, I think, is second in the AFC in either carries or attempts, and I think as far as passing attempts too, I think he's second between Barkley for the Giants in one of those two. Which it's not like the Bengals are going away from it; they're trying. So
yeah,
it's going to happen. I mean, it's kind of like I remember the Vegas game last year where we couldn't run it. And all of a sudden the dam broke and we ran all over them. Now we're 3 games into this, and again, I keep saying it's a brand new offensive line. Joe's starting to get back to where Joe was, where I think he's starting to trust the offensive line a little more. I think Joe Burrow, that is. Joe Mixon, I think, has got to get to that point to where he trusts the line and can hit the holes and everything.
And somebody mentioned the other day, they think, the line obviously is probably focusing more on the pass blocking and protecting Joe after we started out with 13 sacks in the first 2 games.
Right.
So, I mean, if, there's a little more emphasis on that. Now, maybe, if you think you've got that corrected, now you can start to work on your things in your run game a little more with the blocking and your blocking schemes and your run scheme. They might go away from some of the stuff they were doing and start running a little different scheme. I could see him mixing it up. But what about T? Did you guys talk about T yesterday? I know he was a little dinged up from that game as well.
No, I didn't. We didn't talk about that yesterday. But as far as I know, he should be fine. I mean, they'll practice tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I mean, he's a little dinged up. But I think Zach said he should be good to go, as far as I know. Unless you know something else.
No, it just seemed like Zach kind of was like, well, we'll have to wait and see. But, he thought maybe he'd play. I have a feeling it's going to be one of those questionable things, come Sunday, where it could go either way. But being a Sunday night game, having the 10 days between games, I think he'll play. But that would be huge if he didn't, because, I mean, we saw how well he played.
Oh, yeah.
It just opened everything
that's
up.
The thing is now see this. I'm gonna get the Ruffles Terry's comment here. Sorry, my computer's moving slow here. He said not to worry about the Ravens' run game as much as their passing game, which I'm not worried about their passing game. I mean,
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, that's it. But I mean, we got Trey Flowers, so
Dax Hill if we ever use him.
Yeah, Dax Hill. We got their passing game. I don't care. It does not scare me. I'll let them try to pass on us all day long. It's Lamar Jackson running the ball, Dobbins running the ball. That more scares me than their pass. Let them pass. Go ahead, try to pass. Because I mean, the way our secondary is playing, I'll take our secondary against anybody in the NFL right now. The way they're playing.
Bates looked really good. We know Von Bell had the 2 interceptions and he played great. Not taking anything away from him, but it seemed like Bates was starting to round into form too. Where he didn't practice a lot, wasn't in camp. Maybe some of those first games was a little rusty on his end because we weren't really seeing him make much of an impact. But I thought he stepped up and played really well this past game. I mean, him and Von Bell both great safety duo.
Yeah, and that's the first time Von Bell had 2 interceptions, I think, since high school, or was ever. I don't remember. But the first one was unbelievable play. That first one looked like Jesse Bates. That's what I thought it was at first. He traveled across the field and jumped the route and caught it. Yeah. So that looked like a Jesse Bates more than a Von Bell play. All right, Dustin, let's get the $5 super chat here from Dustin Croft. Appreciate it as always. Let's send Collins to South America for stem cell treatment. Being serious, weird injury, how it popped up. I wonder if it comes up on the physical. I don't know, because last year, and I was listening to a Locked On Bengals, and Sands, Bengal Sands was on there talking about last year. I don't think he had a back injury. He was moving around fine. I would like to know when in the world this happened, because I don't think that was the reason that the Cowboys got rid of him, because he had a back injury. I don't, because there was no sign of a back injury other until right before he got to preseason. I mean, I think he played a little better, but I know from experience, you hurt your back, it's hard to come back, and I can't believe imagine trying to play football with a bad back. Yeah,
I'm hoping that once again, like we talked about with Higgins, I'm hoping that 10 days off maybe gives him a chance to get that a little better. we'll see. It's definitely a concern. His movement is not as well. I mean, I feel like he's playing better than he was, but he was playing really abysmal to start the season, so that's not necessarily saying a lot. But yeah, hopefully the 10 days off, because other than that, you've got the bye week later on. I mean, when is he really going to be able to have the time to get it right, you know? And then who fills in for him? Adeniji, Deontay Smith. We're not even sure who would be the right tackle with Prince on injury reserve.
Right, exactly. So I mean, it's well or bust, I think, and we're kind of, I don't want to say stuck with it. I mean, he played better. He's still stiff, you know.
Mhm.
And like you said, this is like a mini bye. Joe Burrow said that in his press conference this week, and maybe that'll help these guys with their little nicks and stuff. And I don't know, hey, who knows? Maybe they will send them to go get some stem cell treatment.
Hey, whatever. I'm all for whatever works, Dustin. Like, hey,
exactly, dude.
they can't do the Toradol and all that stuff they used to do. So
Yeah.
whatever they're allowed to do.
Exactly. Whatever they're allowed to do. Which, I mean, Lael will do everything he can to get on the field, because he loses a lot of money if he doesn't play the way his contract's structured. So Richard here says, when will Dax Hill make his mark? I'm thinking later on
next year.
Yeah. Later on the
next
season,
year.
next year. Yeah. I mean, they haven't done a lot of three safety sets that I've noticed. Have you?
No, I haven't seen much. I mean, and your corners are playing so well. I mean, Hilton, Cheeto, and even Apples played really solid overall. And the safeties that we have are playing really good and rounding into form. So, I mean, where do you really put him out there? And you got a guy like Logan Wilson, who's just a Swiss Army knife. Akeem Davis-Gaither, you can't really take him off the field on passing downs.
Right.
Then, like you said, you got Trey Flowers that comes in and matches up. I think Trey's getting some of those snaps that everybody thought maybe Dax would have got. But that's the thing. Trey's a proven commodity, and Lou trusts him to come in there and do the job because he did it last year for him.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, in Lou, I trust. I mean, I will whatever that guy wants to do. If he's more comfortable with Trey Flowers out there, and Logan Wilson, I got to go back to that play he made in the Jets game. We were at the movie theater, and that was an unbelievable interception. I mean, he was on the line, dead sprinted back to the middle of the field, looked up, caught the ball, and ran it another. He probably ran 50 yards in that hole by the time the ball snapped to where he caught it to where he ran. I mean, that right there, that play right there should be a Pro Bowler right there. I mean, that play right there has got to get him in consideration for it. Wouldn't you think?
I honestly, Marissa walked in and distracted me with her beauty, so I didn't hear how it started. So.
I saw Logan Wilson and the play he made last week against the Jets. I get the week when we're at the movie theater.
Okay, yeah, against the Jets, with the interception. Yeah, that was a great play. And then, I mean, he played so well again this past week against the Dolphins. He was all over the place. He made some huge stops, just completely stopping people dead in their tracks. Big plays multiple times. He's great against the run. He's great against the pass. What's a super sticker?
I don't know, but I like it. Thanks, Cap. Appreciate the super sticker. It's something that's been up there for a while that people can do. I don't exactly know what it is. That's why I don't really, tell people about it. But hey, I appreciate it, Cap. I like the super sticker. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
It's awesome.
Actually, I want to keep that up there for a while. You gave me $20. I can stay up there for a while. Yeah. So, hey, make sure you guys, speaking of the Cap, make sure you guys go watch Blind Tiger tonight, because he will be breaking down Joe Mixon's tell that he's doing tonight on the Blind Tiger at 7 o'clock. I think it is.
Well, that'll save me from having to go back and rewatch it all again. I'll just tune into that, because you were talking to me about it. And I'm like, I didn't pay attention at all to that.
Dude, I was going to go look at that stuff today. I got so freaking busy. Welcome to my life. I'm always busy. I got so much stuff I want to do. I just don't have time to do it. I got like actual, other jobs that, pay me more money.
Life does get in the way sometimes from doing
it sucks. Can I just do this for a living? That'd be great. I just do this all the time.
Show me the money.
From the Amish Mafia.
You love that too much. Well, I was just trying to get, I'm trying to get up to the theater. And these 4 Amish guys riding bicycles, they have upgraded their stealth mode now. So I'm like, good Lord. And they're just right. It's raining, it's raining pretty hard. I'm like, what are you guys doing? So I just like, Amish Mafia. Like, come on. Marissa's so embarrassed.
Why? You two in the car.
Yeah, I'm just like, I can't go nowhere. Might as well record this chaos. We're going 2 miles an hour.
Oh, it's great. All right, let's get to this thing here. I'm going to get this off my computer because it's making my computer run slow. But Joe Burrow today announced that he is starting his own foundation, hunger relief and mental awareness for the Joe Burrow Foundation, not Hunger Foundation, Joe Burrow Foundation. So I went and donated some money today. I encourage you guys to do the same thing. Hopefully we will get linked up with this as far as the Jackpot Joey stuff. I don't know, but if that's in the works or not. Either way, go and donate. Support what Joe's trying to do because he's trying to make a difference in people's lives. You go to joeburrow.org, which I have that in the chat up here. Let me find that. Where's it at? I got it up top.
And this is for Ohio and Louisiana. So
Yes.
and if everybody just go and donate like $9 because we love our number 9,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. And
Exactly.
show him some love for what he's trying to show love to other people, and that we love having him, Jackpot Joey, as our quarterback.
Exactly. So make sure you guys go there and donate. We need Houday Nation to step up, like I know you guys always do. Because we've done a lot of cool charities here in the past.
Just all Bengals fans, like there's so many different ones, and it's all awesome. And I mean, I know at the game, like the Wounded Warriors wasn't that, that was there at the Bomb Squad tailgate, and they had different veterans and stuff. I thought that was really awesome as well. But I mean, we know Jim does a lot. Like there's just so many that are doing so many good things, for others, and that's really all we can hope to do. People helping other people. That's all you can ask for.
Exactly, just like Augie says here, there's no wrong way to donate. Every little bit counts. Exactly. So there's like I said, there's so many Bengals fans trying to do stuff to help charity out. It's awesome. So you can go donate to any of them. Just donate.
Toss $1 in there because you love Jamar.
Right? Exactly. I love
Every
him. He's always wearing my hat, repping my hat.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Jeff's going to donate $91 because he loves Joe and Jamar. He's got the 9 and the 1.
Yeah. You just give my money away. I got a Dale Altman jack.
Shout out Matty Meyer. Donate that amount for Jeff in Jeff's name.
Yeah. Donate it in my name. There you go. All right, let's see. Let's get back to the conversation here. Royal Flush Terry says, I'm sure Hayden Hurst is extremely motivated going up against the team that drafted him. And with that attention, Chase and Higgins will get – it could be his day along with Raven killer Tyler Boyd. Exactly. I did a video that's coming out later on tonight about Jamar Chase being the Raven killer. But, I mean, actually, Tyler Boyd, he's a Raven killer too because he's the one that knocked him out of the playoffs a couple years ago, and Andy Dalton was still the quarterback. But, yeah, I think it's a big game for Hayden Hurst. And he's starting to come around. He's starting to –
He looks so good in that game.
Yeah, I'm getting excited, dude. Joe's looking for him. They're starting to get on the same page, and Hayden doesn't go down after the first hit. He likes getting hit. He'll run some dudes over, dude. Like that's awesome.
Well, and it's so great where he's just like, I finally feel like I found a home where I fit in, and I'm like, just sign him, 2-3 more years. Go ahead, come on, don't play around. Let's keep this guy around.
Exactly. Well, I think it all depends on what happens next year because next year we got T and Joe and all that stuff. So I don't even want to worry about that right now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if Hayden Hurst, you could get him not much more than what you're paying him for this season. Like, if he loves it here, maybe he'd come back for $3
he already
$4
said
million again.
He said it feels like home here, which is awesome.
I'd like to see him and Bell get deals done just to get a couple of those out of the way.
Right.
That
would be nice.
So
they'll have so many during the season or during the offseason. And that's another good foundation to donate to because our buddy Matt Bagels of Bourbon did that helmet giveaway. So that's another foundation.
The Hayden Hurst Foundation,
yeah. And that is for mental awareness because that was very near and dear to Hayden's heart because he actually went through a lot of stuff. If you ever listen to his story about that, it's a good story to check out. Mental awareness, mental health is a serious thing.
It's a very serious thing. It's personal to me as well. And we're going to have Brandon Soho on the 20th on Bengals and Brews to talk about mental health awareness and the podcast that he's starting. And I believe I think Hayden might have been on there. I know I've seen Sam Hubbard, some other people. So Brandon Soho has left his job as a reporter at Channel 5 because this is something very serious for him and starting this podcast, for athletes and other people. And it's a passion project for him. And I just think that's incredible too. So shout out to him for that.
Excuse me. Exactly. I would definitely, be tuning in when he's on your guys' show. So let's get back to, we talked about the foundations. We talked about Sunday. Let's talk about Thursday. Last Thursday. How much fun was that? Look at this. Look at the smile on his face. He's like,
it's like, where do you want me to start? You know, you big timing me at E&O and not showing up until we were done.
I was 10 minutes. I was calling you, and you said you were gonna call me.
I was recording with my phone.
Well, you were supposed to text me, "Hey, we're getting closer." I'm like, "All right, cool." I didn't. I'm like, "Damn."
But yeah, so we started recorded with Shane Graham, and then like Travis went on with him to show him around to where different tailgates and stuff was. We had to take some stuff back to the vehicle, and then we made our way to. We kind of went to the Banks area. They had a whole band and everything else down there. That was lit. I would have liked to stay down there longer, but then Travis FaceTimes me, and he's with Clark Harris already, and I'm like, "Oh God, I gotta get moving."
Yeah, you see your best friend.
So we swung by Bengal Gyms, and Travis and them had already moved on from there. So we weren't there very long, just kind of swung by for a couple minutes. I said hi to my buddy Brandon. Oh gosh, Bradshaw. I blanked on his last name. I hate doing that. So
he's the one always wears the hard hat.
Yeah, always wears the hard hat.
Bengal roadies.
Yeah, it doesn't miss. Like, he hasn't missed a game in a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, would you stop talking? Jesus, this woman. Anyways,
we're trying to do a podcast for us.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, Jeff said, "Shut your mouth, B."
I did not.
No,
I did not. She knows I
that.
didn't say that. Don't put this word to my mouth.
But yeah, so then we ventured on down, and Clark was just kind of with his family at a little thing, and it's like, there he is, just throwing cornhole, and it's like, oh, I was like, "Hey, Derek, that's Clark right over there." And then, Derek has no chill. I talked about this on our show. He's like, "Clark!" And I'm like,
"I love you, Clark."
I'm like, "What is wrong with you, Derek?" Which then, while he was finishing this cornhole game before we talked to him, an ice cream truck goes by. So that pleased Marissa, because her and Sarah wave at the ice cream truck. Well, the ice cream truck's like, "Oh, they want something." So then I've got to give Marissa money to go over and get some ice cream. So that was something. But we got to talk to Clark. He had a Bengals and Brews shirt on. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, how surreal what is my life right now?" So that was awesome. And then made our way over to Bomb Squad. They had Skyline. I did not try it. Marissa tried it and actually said it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And then we went to the game, and the light show was awesome.
Yes, everything in the stadium. Once we got Jeff stabilized and standing up straight after his 27 jackpots before the game, Maddie said. I don't know if that's a rough estimate or if Maddie was sitting there just going one.
Maddie's math doesn't. Maddie isn't so good at math sometimes. It wasn't that many.
But you were a little stumbly. I was like, "Uh-oh." I'm like trying to keep a hold of you, because I'm like, he's fine. I didn't want them to be like, "Oh, buddy, you got to go."
Yeah, he's good.
Like, the game hasn't even started. So
good.
then you were good. You just had, it was the excitement of.
Yeah, I was excited. I was excited to see everybody. It was when I saw TikTok Tyler, I was just like, Tyler!
Yeah. Finally met Tyler in person. He sits just like a section over from us. So we're always waving at him. And so that was fun.
All right, let's see here. Terry here. Not sure if the NFL feels about this, but would be a great idea if Thursday night Ring of Honor became the Bengals tradition like the Reds opening day.
I mean, the first 2 years, that's what it's been. So I like that, Terry. I think that's a great idea. Like, keep that as a tradition if you can.
But I seriously doubt there's no chance that the NFL.
Well, yeah, that the NFL will work their schedule around that.
So we get third. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, all you got to do is if the Bengals get a Thursday night every year, just keep doing the Ring of Honor. Then they could do that.
But they're not going to want to do it like super late in the year. It's been around the same weeks and stuff the last couple, so that could change things. They probably want to keep it around September, October, I would imagine. But
Dean wants to know where's your Miller Lite. He's very upset.
I drank quite a few last night. Like, full disclosure, my mom's hospice. I could get that phone call any minute. So I kind of stayed up. I took the rest of the week off work, and I stayed up waiting on it. I went in and seen her yesterday, and then I stayed up waiting on kind of on that phone call all night, because she wasn't supposed to make it through, Sunday night into Monday. And then, so we're definitely thinking, she's not going to make it through Monday night. So I'm like, I kept waiting on that phone call, and so I'm kind of waiting on that phone call. So I've got a delicious giant. What is this? A liter of Diet Pepsi?
That's like 24 ounces, dude. That's huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I just got this big old thing here.
Yeah, So yeah, everybody, yes, exactly. Everybody, pressure Dale and his family because this is a
Thank
hard,
you.
hard thing to go through. So, but anyway, we don't talk about this too much. And Dale, we'll
No,
get Dale.
I'll start crying, and no one
Yeah,
wants
we
to see that. We've seen that enough on my show. Like, I'm a very emotional person.
Exactly. But you're an awesome dude. We all love you. All right, so where are you watching the game at Sunday? Because people ask me if we're going to do a watch party, and right as of right now, we're not going to because, well, for me, Sunday is my dad's birthday, so we're going to have a birthday party for him, and then go watch the Bengals whoop up on the Ratbirds. So where are you planning on watching it?
I'll probably just watch it at the house, honestly, being like a late 8-something start. And then, because I've already, like I said, taken the rest of this week off. So I'll probably, definitely want to make sure I'm there Monday of next week. So I probably will just watch it at home and behave myself on Sunday night.
What?
That's the plan. But hey, the following week, I heard there may be, we played New Orleans at 1:00. So is there anything going on for that one,
There's
Jeff?
a very good chance that we could be doing the RJ Theater then for the New Orleans game. So we're working on that. When I get it confirmed, I will definitely let everybody know. But it sounds like we might be doing it because it was an absolute blast when we did that.
Yeah, and if you didn't go, trust me, you want to go. If you didn't make it the first time, it was freaking awesome. It was
Like,
a blast.
if you don't know, now you know, bro.
Yeah, we had a great time. Met guys like Hoss for the first time in person, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of the homies hanging out, having fun.
Yeah, Hoss was there. Dale was there. It was awesome. So is there anything else that's worrying you about going into this Ravens game? Like we said the running game, a little bit of the injuries, offensive line. Is there anything else that you like a key or you're worried about or anything like that you got?
I think if our defense just continues to play the way it's been playing, and Lou has had the Ravens number, like if it's more like what can the Ravens do, that we don't expect, that we don't see coming, that Lou has to adjust for maybe if they throw something in. But yeah, containing Lamar is always one of the big keys, James. But in general, I think the defense, the weapons we have on defense and the way they're playing, I think we can contain Lamar. Easier said than done, but we've done it before. Let's do it again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Sam Hubbard and Trey Flowers did a pretty good job of it last year. I think those are the two spies, if I remember last year. And William here says Joe Mix is going to have a game against the Ravens defense. I hope so. I think
so too.
Now I have a question. All right, did you watch a little bit of most of the Buffalo-Baltimore game on Sunday? Now, Buffalo got out to a horrible start. Right? They played terrible. But the Ravens defense, that's not the Ravens defense that we know. That their defense looks kind of soft, if you ask me, compared to what Ravens defense has.
I was going to say, if you look at last year, we threw all over them. That's why I think Mixon has a big game. So to me, they are soft. They're a bunch of soft, pussy-ass defensive people. They get it from their head coach, Jim Harbaugh, who stands over there with his thumb up his ass. Let's go for it on 4th down. That man don't know what he's doing. He's in over his head. If I was a Baltimore fan, I'd be yelling at that guy to get out. Give me somebody else that doesn't go for it and cost us games every year. Like he cost them 3 last year, cost them another one last week against Buffalo, trying to get too cute. Like, come on, buddy.
Clip it! I had to wait before I said it, so we don't get it in the clip. But yeah, no, I agree. I don't think that's the thing that kills me is here in Cincinnati. I don't know how much of criticism Harbaugh gets in Baltimore, which I'm sure he does. But we hear all the time the criticism of Zach Taylor's play calling and all that stuff. Harbaugh, at least Zach admits it and tries to get better. Harbaugh says, "Well, I would have done it again." I'm like, yeah, but you do that crap and it doesn't work most of the time. And you've cost yourself games like that. I'm like, that would be like pulling hair out all the time. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah, Terry said Marcus Peters certainly yelled at Harbaugh last time.
Yes.
That whole team seemed like they were imploding over there on the sideline. So, it might be a good time to face them. If they had a little implosion, you can get off to another fast start like we have the last 2 weeks. They might just start arguing with each other, falling apart. Who knows? I'm just saying, you never know. Like, now I'll say, okay, one thing that does concern me, I guess, in general, because this is anytime you're on the road, a primetime game, the opposing fan base could be rowdy and maybe like line communication and stuff like that. We don't want delay of games, false starts, things like that. So that could be a concern to me, depending how loud it is in the Ravens Stadium.
Okay, so that brings us to the most important point of the game. It's a coin flip. Do they take the ball? I mean, I know last week they
Yes.
lost it, but they went down and scored. Last 2 weeks they went down and scored. I say you keep it up. You take that ball, you go score, and shut them up.
I say you keep it rolling. Will the Ravens want to give us the ball on the opposite end if they win the toss? Will they say we defer? Will they say, oh, maybe we better take the ball because we don't want Joe to get off to those hot starts like he did the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think to me, and honestly, I don't want to say the key, but it's been a big thing the last 2 weeks. We got the lead, and they had to chase us. And I know Baltimore did eventually catch us, or not Baltimore, Miami did eventually catch us and passes for a little bit. But that's to me, that's a tone setter for the game, and it's turned it around the last 2 weeks. So I don't know. That's just I kind of hope they keep it up.
Yeah, me too.
That's Greg here. The stadium will be quiet. Joe Burrow is going to throw for 400 yards.
Hey, that's what he did when we played him at home last year, right?
Yeah.
What did it end up being? 500? Was it 500?
500 against Kansas City, I think. Maybe
Nah, it was Baltimore
Was
at
it
home
500?
when we played him at home. I thought.
Maybe you're right. I don't remember. They had so many big games last year. I can't remember. But the thing, I think this is going to be a breakout game for Jamar. I'm still waiting for that because T is doing what he should do. Like, they're doubling Jamar and they're not, he's not had a breakout game yet this year. I think the way T and TB have been playing, this might be the game for Jamar. Since James says 525 versus Baltimore.
You think they're going to leave Marlon one-on-one with him a lot like they tried to do last year?
They tried to do last year.
Let him get
I don't know.
burnt? So,
I don't know. I mean, I hope they do. The thing is,
sounds good to me.
Eventually they're going to have to change something. Either Jamar's going to burn you or T's going to burn you.
Or you're going to start playing such soft back coverage zone, and it's going to open up your running game. So
Right.
Or it's going to open up your underneath to Hurst or your little short passing screens and things like that to Mixon, Evans, P. Ryan, those guys. Like, pick your poison. Pick your poison with this offense.
Right. That's the point. That's the point we're getting to here. In the last 2 weeks, that's the point we're getting. That's what we all talked about. The beginning of the season, like the Migos were on. I don't remember what that podcast was with the guys from ESPN, and they were like, you can't stop all of us. Which they're right. You can't stop all of them. I mean. Even if as good as I think the Bengals secondary is, if we were going against the wide receivers, which they do in practice every single day, which I think helps them get better, they couldn't stop all three of them. They're just too talented. And then if you get Mixon going out of the backfield, running game and passing game, and they got Hayden Hurst, I'm like, dude, the options are endless of where this offense can go. And we just starting to scratch the surface. That's the thing. It's like Joe is still not as accurate. Yes, he's getting closer to jackpot, but he's not completely 100% jackpot yet, I think, because he's not as accurate as he has been, but he's getting there. Mixon, I mean, he's like this, 1 or 2 tackles away from breaking one, seriously. Mm-hmm. T's busting out. TB's busting out. Jamar's going to bust out. Dude, that's what's so exciting. It's like we're winning these games, and we're still not playing as good as we possibly could play. Which you don't want to right now. You don't want to peak now in October. You don't want to be peak in January and February going into the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
These are the weeks you find ways to win.
Yeah.
You find ways to win early in the season. You want to hit that stride, hit that peak, keep people healthy, be ready to go come playoff time, and then you make your noise like you did last year, and you bring the whole damn thing home this time.
Yeah. Terry says, I'm sure Marlon Humphreys has this game circled on his calendar.
For sure.
I'm sure he does too. I mean, I'm sure just like Cheetah had the game circled against Eli. How'd that work out?
Well, they hardly matched up. That's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, it was like.
Well, when they did, he didn't do shit against him.
Exactly. To be fair. Yes. But they didn't hardly match up. So whatever, but there's just no point to talk all that mess and then come out there which I'm surprised Eli didn't get when I watched that game back. We seen him live. I'm like, yeah, talk your shit. But then I'm watching it back. That's like when you're hyped up at the game.
Right,
when I'm watching it back, I'm sitting there going, oh, no, Eli, you could have got a taunting penalty and kept the drive alive there, and the game wouldn't have been over.
Exactly. Like, shut up.
My mood changed from when I watched that at the stadium. I'm like, yeah, talk your shit. Watching it back, I'm like, no, don't get the penalty, Eli. It was like,
shh, quiet. It's silly. Like when you at the game, like, yeah, let's go. Have fun. Like, oh yeah. And then after it's like, oh, I'm glad he didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Oh,
We
he
love-
was talking,
he
but,
was.
but people grabbed him very
Yeah,
quickly on the sideline, like,
that was that was the good thing. Shut your mouth. All right, Terry here. The Bengals defense is built to go against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense. The Ravens drafted Kyle Hamilton to help deal with the Bengals wide receivers. Both teams are built for one another. Yeah, and then you talked about this before. That's the reason we drafted 3 linebackers, in what was that 2020?
well, we started drafting speed linebackers is the
Yeah.
thing. Guys that, had good 40-yard times and guys that have played other positions. Like Pratt was a safety. Logan Wilson in high school was like a wide receiver, or something like
he was
that in
everything
high school. Yeah. Kicker, everything. Yeah, we've seen he can do a lot.
He
But,
kicked too.
Akeem Davis-Gaither, very explosive, fast guy. Marcus Bailey also is a fast guy. So, I mean, yeah, we got those linebackers for that reason, exactly like you said.
Well, just think back to that draft, that 2020 draft, though. I mean, just think of the guys we got. We got Joe Burrow. We got T. Higgins. We got Logan Wilson. We got Akeem
Davis-Gaither.
We got Marcus Bailey.
Yeah,
Who
7th round.
Who else did we get?
Yeah, I'd have to look back, which
Yeah,
for me,
I know those are the first 7 right there. I'm like, that's freaking ridiculous right there. And then you follow up next year with Chase, and we know Carmen, but then you get Shooter, and you get Joseph Osai was in there.
yeah, 3rd round. Joseph Osai could have easily been our 2nd round where we took Carmen. Like, that's why I said if we'd have flipped those, I couldn't have complained. Like, yeah, Carmen hasn't panned out. But, I mean, 3rd round, I thought we took him early, but whatever. We got those extra picks, which might have worked out because it might have been we might have taken, one of those guys where we ended up getting McPherson. As long as we got McPherson out of that whole thing, and we got Osai and we got Chase,
right.
Like we got some studs out of that one too.
That's the thing everybody has to keep in mind. Yeah, everybody can be ticked off about taking Carmen, but if we don't do that, we most likely don't get Shooter.
We might have taken Deontay Smith in the 5th round instead of with one of those 4th round picks that we took him with.
Exactly.
Like that's the.
So that's the give and take with it. So that's why it's okay. But which I mean, Josh Carmen, did he even dress Thursday? I don't think he dressed the.
I have no idea, honestly. Like he was kind of my surprise cut. I said coming into those final cuts and stuff. I was like, it wouldn't surprise me because if you just think you've seen enough and you're not able to develop him and you like Volson, and that's why I was like, I'd still be interested in bringing Spain back if no one's going to pick him up. But I'm guessing he's probably waiting on an injury where he can come in and be a starter. But
I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm surprised nobody's picked him up. So let's get to Volson here. What's your thoughts on Cordell as far as his rookie year going?
I mean, he just seems like he's improving every week, and that's probably a guy Pollock loves to have because he knows he's going to listen to him. He's going to work his butt off for him, And I mean, he surprised me because coming out of a small school, he's like a 5 or 6 year guy too at North Dakota State, and he played more tackles, so that concerned me.
Champion too.
But that concerned me that he had played more tackle, and we were going to be likely moving him to guard because that's the same thing with Jackson Carman. And it didn't work out, so I'm like, oh, we're doing this again, sometimes I'm like, just get the guard. But Cordell Volson has proven me wrong from the draft, and he's looking like a damn good prospect. And I'm glad. Like, that's what I said at the time. I'm like, I hope he dominates because we need it. We need a guy at left guard.
Well, I think for a rookie, I think he's done well, and that's one thing. And I said I'll take a lot of my keys about offensive stuff from Dave Lapham, where he said Carman Jackson, his highs can be a lot higher than Cordell Volson's, but his lows are way lower. So Cordell Volson, his ceiling isn't as high, but his floor isn't as low. So his mistakes aren't as big. And good.
I was just going to say those are mistakes that get someone hurt.
Yes,
that get your quarterback hurt, and you can't have them. You can't have that.
Exactly. Let's see here. Richard here. He said that's right. They don't have a new O-line coach. No, they don't. It's Frank Pollock. Are you talking about us?
we brought in a third offensive line coach this year as well. So we have 2 assistant offensive line coaches. As far as the Ravens, I'm not sure. I know they have a new defense coordinator because Wink Martindale talked all that shit last year, and then Joe Burrow went out and embarrassed him twice.
Yeah, he's with the Giants now. This will be interesting. Shooter versus Tucker. Sounds like the real main event of the Sunday night game, LOL. But I mean,
Terry,
Dude,
I hope it don't come to that, Terry. I don't like these field goal games, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we can't handle these anymore. But I mean, you do basically have the two best kickers in football going at it. I mean, I don't know.
Facts.
I don't know of a better one. I mean,
There's
respect
not.
for Tucker, but I mean, he's been doing it for a while, and Shooter's right there with him. So, like you said,
Yeah.
hopefully it doesn't come down to that. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, and that's either of those guys you could see hitting a 60, 65. That's what I mean. Like, nothing's really set, like a tie game with when you got those two kickers, you know?
The thing is, I don't want this to happen, but I wouldn't mind it. I'll put it this way. Not for game winner, just Evan McPherson breaks Tucker's record for the longest,
What
field
was
goal.
that last year? 67? Was it 67?
Was it that far? I thought it was 60,
I don't-
65.
Hopefully someone in the chat knows. They're going to look that up for us.
It was like, and it barely doinked in. So
Yeah.
that would be
Did
cool.
you see that Saints win to start Sunday? Like,
Oh, dude, I couldn't believe that. I was like, it went doink, doink.
I didn't see it live, but I'm on the phone with Derek, and the whole time he's like, "It's good, it's good. Oh, he's got it," and he's like, "Oh," just like.
We got 66 and 62
Thanks,
67s. And now we got another 66. So it was 66 or 67
It was
yards.
66 or 67,
Yeah.
so it gives us a
Around
general idea there. So that's pretty long. So we'll just go with 69. Hit a 69er, Evan.
Yeah, hit a 69er. That's Dale's favorite number, other than 46.
Nice. So we can say noise.
Nice. And then you go, I'm Smokey.
Mafia. Jackpot Jimmy.
Jackpot!
Just get on this show and just start shouting things out, like just for an hour straight of just shout outs of different things. What a great entertainment for the viewers that would be.
What is wrong with these two?
Micro penises.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I didn't think we were cheering for that. Oh, God. Anyway, all right. So I think we're running out of stuff to talk about here.
Yeah, when you start saying micro penis and
pretty
just
much,
shouting random things, that's probably a good time to end the episode, honestly.
Exactly.
Yep.
Well, tell everybody about who you got coming on Bengals or Brewers this week real quick before I let you go.
Man, I should have thought of this ahead of time because now I'm like, wait, dude, who do we? Bridget J, because I'm not going to mess up her last name on Friday at 7
She's
o'clock.
awesome, by the way.
Bengal Lorian on Saturday at 8 o'clock.
Bingo!
So that is this coming week. And then I will tell you next Tuesday about the other upcoming week because I'll be back here next Tuesday for Ice Brew Days.
Yes, sir. Hey, aren't you doing the brew jackets tonight?
Potentially, yes. I need to talk to those guys. I don't know. Santori said something about not doing it. So, Kevin, you're in the chat. What's the status of that?
Yeah. Let me know. I
don't
might
know.
jump on.
Yeah, I don't know because I might not be able to do that one just because, I want to do this one. I'm still kind of waiting, unfortunately.
He's talking about you. Right there.
No, he's talking about this guy. It was 27. He said
It was
you're
not
lying.
20. Matty said it counts. Matty has no idea.
He wrote them down. 27
He
jackpots.
did not write them down.
You owe him $43 from that K.
On that note, I will let you go.
Good day, everybody. Love you.
Good day. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I love Dale. That's my dude. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. It was not 27 beers. That was not low. You're crazier than hell. No, it wasn't that. Whatever. Get out of here. God, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And I appreciate every single one of them. They are Who Dey Nation, Who Dey Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, the Ohio State Bucknut, the Ice Bar. And then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trinipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. You guys are awesome. YouTubers, I'm at 1,901 subscribers. I am less than 100 from 2,000 subscribers. That is unbelievable. Like I said, I literally started doing this. My son bugged the crap out of me to do it because I'm always talking sports and always saw how I wanted to do radio and all this stuff. So finally went home one day and I took a video with a ceiling fan in the background and my work clothes on and I just started talking. And then I kept on talking. I kept on doing it. I figured out how to do live and all that stuff. Anyway, to almost reach 2,000 subscribers is awesome. And like I said, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys. So if you're watching Facebook or Twitter, go to the YouTube channel. You haven't subscribed yet, go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Please subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Tomorrow, I have the one and only Coach Cam is going to be on. It's going to be a great show. We're going to break down some more Bengals talk, news of the day, and whatever Cam has going on. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!